During on-call duties, your main duty is to accept the calls coming to EMS and help them out with whatever they may need, which most typically is to revive them. To check any pending call requests, flex your J muscle. Here you can see useful information such as the name of the patient, the status, and the distance from your location to theirs. Please make sure to also keep an eye out on the status column. If it says hostage situation, leave the call. Do not accept it or reject it. Leave it for high command to handle. You also shouldn't accept any calls if they are further away than 3,000 meters, as by the time you reach the call destination, the patient will likely be teleported to the hospital because you only have 5 minutes to get to them. Never reject any calls either. If you're unable to accept it for whatever reason, such as a recent 1010, or any of the other reasons that will be stated in this video, simply leave it and do not reject it. To start on-call duties, first, head to the closet and get your uniform on. Then, head to the garage and pick a car that you would like to go on calls with. To check when you can unlock an EMS car, have a look at the vehicle ranking channel on Discord, under the staff category. Once you have picked your vehicle, you then type 10-5 on calls in radio chat to start your duty. Make sure you type this in radio and not in non-RP radio. Next, you will type your vehicle's last 3-digit number followed by on calls. The last 3 digits on each car license plate is unique to the vehicle. So in this example, we would say 043 on calls. We have basically done 2 steps in game, so we must now do 2 steps on Discord. First, we have to open a new rota. Please make sure it's using on calls and off calls template. After you have filled it in with your duty time, you then head to the vehicle logs channel, which can be found under the log category, and type the exact same second message you typed in the radio chat. So in this case, we'll say 043 on calls. Now you're ready to go on calls. You flex our J muscle and accept nearby calls. Accepting calls is a pretty straightforward process. First, verify that you're able to take the call by making sure it's within 3,000 meters. Next, click on this check button, which will make you accept the call and mark it on the GPS. Simply use the GPS to navigate around the city to reach your patient. From the moment you accept the call till the moment you step out of your car once you're at the patient, please ensure that your lights and sirens are always on. Never turn either the lights off or the sirens off when you're accepting a call. Sometimes, lights might appear but no sound. In this case, flex your B muscle, which should resume the siren sound. Next, if the patient is on the middle of the road or partially on the road, always make sure to block the way using your vehicle, so no speeding car will crash into you or to your patient when you revive them. Parking your vehicle in front like this will protect you and the patient. The RP when you accept calls can be as creative as you want, but you cannot heal a patient silently. A good outline is as follows. First, start with introducing yourself. Say that you're from EMS and that you're here to help. Hello sir, I'm from EMS. Let me get you up on your feet. There we go. Let me cheer up your burn wounds up and tightly wrap you around with some bandages. There we go. Let me also give you a painkiller for the pain. Alright.
Thank you.
Alright, take care. Next, you can have a main RP dialogue and create a situation. For example, if the patient is bleeding, then you can say something along the lines of, I'll wrap you up with some tight bandages to stop the bleeding. If they're suffering from bruises, for instance, you can say, I'll give you some ice packs for those bruises and administer a painkiller to relieve some of the pain that you're feeling right now. So it can be as creative as you'd like it to be. After you have done your RP, and they stood up on their feet, you can then ask them post-checkup questions if they decide to stick around. So you can ask them something along the lines of, is there anything else I can help you with, sir, ma'am? And if not, then you can just leave. Next, I'll show you a couple of these examples in RP. Hello, sir. Can I get them up?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, sir. I'm from EMS. Let me take good care of you. There you go.
Can I have some poisoning pill and some cold pill?
Yep, of course. Let me wrap your wounds up with some tight bandages. There we go. Alright, you'll be just fine. Don't worry,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Of course.
Can I have two
yeah, how many do you
poisoning
need?
pill and two cold pill?
Of course, of course. 2 poison and 2 cold. On your way. Here's the 2 poison.
Cute.
And 2 cold.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Take care, sir.
Have a nice
Have a good day, guys. There are situations when going on calls where we are forced to leave or essentially cancel the call. Make sure to log them in the call filter logs, as shown in the screenshot next to each scenario. That channel can be found under the log category. Number 1. Body not found. When you cannot initially find the body, go in and out of the waypoint area and keep looking for at least 1 minute. Make sure that you aren't on different levels. Make sure that the person isn't on a bridge above you, for example. From the waypoint arrow icon, you can tell whether the GPS thinks the patient is above you or below you. Number 2. 10-10 situation. If you reach a place and there appears to be gunshots firing, just like here, then you have to leave the area immediately. Do not go one street away, but leave the area completely. This is very important. Do not return to the area either for a while. The more calls you get, that means the more intensive the 10-10 situation gets. Make sure you transmit to the radio chat 1010 along with the address, as well as typing the 1010 and address in the call filter log channel, as shown here. Number 3. Blackmarket. You may accept calls that are from the road beside the Blackmarket right here, but you're not allowed to enter inside the Blackmarket. So never enter if there's a call coming from there, as you'd be very far away from your vehicle and it'll be impossible to get them up. As a reminder, you're not allowed to go to the Blackmarket while you're off duty at all. You may only enter this area while on duty and only for responding to calls that come from this particular road. Number 4. Beach Market. Similar to the Black Market, some areas in the Beach Market are barricaded, which means your vehicle won't be able to get to near the patient. While on duty, if you go far away from your vehicle and attempt to heal or sell any items, it simply won't let you do that. When this does happen, if you have some spare medkits in your inventory, you can optionally revive them, as you don't have to be near your vehicle for that. You will use your own personal medkit, and you can get someone up using a medkit by flexing your G muscle, then heading to basic actions, and then heal a player with a first aid kit.
Hello, sir. I'm from EMS and you're patching your wounds up. Oh, looks like you're too far away from my ambulance. Don't worry. I'll just use my personal medkit to heal you up. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna patch your wounds up and I'll give you some medicine, get you back up on your feet. Oh, there we go, sir. Take care. Have a great day.
Otherwise, you'll have to cancel the call and filter it for the reason Beach Market. Once you've revived your patient, ensure that you leave the area immediately and don't shop around, as you cannot do personal things while on duty. If you are caught doing so, you will receive a strike. Number 5. Ask to leave. There are situations where you might be asked to leave. In this case, simply comply with the demands and leave the area. You will then filter it for the reason as well.
Do you want me to leave? Okay.
Number 6. Event. You cannot give medical attention or heal next to an event such as store robbery. Instead, please filter for the event reason. Number 7. Gang HQ. If you get the call from a gang headquarters, make sure you get permission to enter and heal inside their headquarters. Make sure they understand your request, and if any trouble arises from other gang members afterwards, even though one member clearly said yes, you may enter and heal them, then please make sure to save your POV. Number 8. Body cannot be reached. Sometimes, bodies can be above buildings or even underwater. But if they are underwater, Ensure that you actually cannot reach them and that they aren't just in shallow water, as if they were in shallow water, you can still revive them. So essentially, if the patient is at a place where you simply aren't able to reach them safely, then you filter the call for this reason. Make sure to always fasten your seatbelt. If you do not fasten your seatbelt, you will get ejected out of the vehicle, as shown here. Sometimes, as you're heading to a location, a call might get cancelled, just like this on the way. In this case, you do not need to call filter log it, and you can simply continue and accept the next call. It is against the rules to do any criminal acts against active EMS employees while on duty. So if you were killed while on duty, you may report them on the forums. And you may use the form complaint template channel, which can be found under the staff category. This channel outlines how you should use the forums to report rule breakers. When you're at the ghetto, please make sure to slow down as you approach the destination. The ghetto is an area with a lot of gang activity, so a probable cause can be due to a 1010. So approach slowly, and if you hear gunshots while approaching, then immediately turn around and leave the ghetto while call filtering it and also using the radio chat properly. Refueling the EMS vehicles is at the government's expense, so you don't pay for its refuel. But make sure you don't add any items such as repair kits or gas canisters. Otherwise, if you do, then the full price will go from your own account. Also, make sure you have the amount of money in your hand, because if you don't, then it won't let you refuel.